Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it.
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. And take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else. Unlock peace and happiness.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to At the Root of It. Hi, my name is Shannon, and I am here today to talk about what's fake love got to do with it. Nothing at all. Well, I wanted to give you a little basis of why I wanted to talk about this show. And I also want to let you know that I got a surprise guest for y'all. She's always on in the audience, always commenting and always telling us and putting up scriptures and stuff. That's a hint, right? But the reason why she's going to be on here is because we want to get to the root of why fake love is today's norm, okay? Everybody is used to all of this fake love, fake hey friend, and all behind the scenes, not really rocking with the person that they calling friend. So we want to address the pink elephant in the room with this fake love. And fake love does not mean just friends. It means fake family, fake co-workers. It's just fake love, period. People like to fake it until they make it. That's one of the terms that people use is, oh, just fake it till you make it. No, we're not going to fake it till we make it. We want to get to the root of why people cannot love on people the correct way, and wondering if people really truly know the meaning of a friend. Okay, but before we get to the meat and potatoes of this show, I want to introduce to some and present to others one of my dearest, closest friends, Latifah Darden. Now, she's on the show because we want to show you what a true friendship is all about. So, again, I present to some and introduce to others, Latifah Darden. Give her a hand clap. Woo! Yeah. Hello, darling. Thank you so very much for doing the honors, giving me the honors of just blessing me with your presence, because I really, really appreciate it. I just so y'all know, I came to her very last minute, and she could have easily said no, but this is what friends do. You feel me? This is what friends do, because I called her yesterday. I called her yesterday, y'all, and I said, Tifa, I want you to be on the show. And she hemmed and she hawed, and I gave her to 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. on the dot. Hi, Mama. Look, your mama's on.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mommy.
That's Tifa, Mommy. But, and I said, Tifa, please do this for me, because one of the things about Tifa is that she is such a blessed individual, and she blesses my soul every week. It doesn't even matter. She doesn't even know that half the time when she's calling, I need to hear. It'd be little tidbits in her stories, and I need to hear it. And they could just be like, I went to the doctor yesterday, or anything. And it would be like, you need to go to the doctor. She just said, you need to go to the doctor. Like, you pick up on the cues. But I really, really want to openly give my friend her flowers. We've known each other since 1993, when we were in 10th and 11th grade. And it's been a roller coaster ride, but we are here and we're still standing. Okay. And, I wanted to show you what good friendship is about. And with good friendship, there's ups and there's downs. but when it's true friendship, it never goes away. And I was just talking to another friend of mine earlier before the show started, and I said, we got to understand that people are really in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And a lot of times, you know, we be thinking that seasonal people are lifetime people, or lifetime people is reason people, and it's not. We get it all confused. But the longer the short of it is that once we identify who we are as a person, we can identify the people in our lives and where they stand and where they fit in the puzzle of our lives. So I'm gonna stop babbling because y'all know how I do, right? I babble. Hello, Annie. How are you?
Hey.
Sierra Side is here. Thank you, CCKK Compliments. She's here too on YouTube. So, Tifa, let them know something about you, boo. I know, you know, I can talk about you if you want me to, but you know, tell them something good.
Oh God, I don't know what you want me to say about me. So like you said, been friends with Shannon for good night. So that's like 27, 28 years ago. Met this very loud individual in a hallway.
Who?
Well, hey, right? So, sung with this lady, learned so much with this lady. I feel like you're so much a part of my story, you know. So, you know, just down here, I moved from New York to Florida. Shannon came here first, told me I needed to be here, got here. And ever, you know, still just connected to such a incredible individual. And you know, you say I'm blessed, Shannon, and I truly believe that. I believe I am blessed, and I'm so thankful that God gives me everything he gives me so I can share it with other people, and not just hold on to it for myself. But you know, I love this topic. I'm excited to dig into it. I want to hear what you got. Yeah, digging into what you got to say. Hey, Diane.
Now let me tell you something. Me and Tifa, when I tell you that we really connected together, like we went to high school together, right? Then we split ways after high school, started college together. We saw each other at college orientation, right? Then she had my nephew, and then we split ways. I moved to Georgia. I came back. We met up and we had one mind, and that was to get out of our mother's house. So we became roommates with our kids. You know, and we had lost contact.
Yeah.
Came back, saw each other, was like, you want to move in together? Because it's time to go. It's time to go. and we on one accord, okay? And we moved in together. We sang in choirs together. Dion had a group called Continual Praise. We were Continual Praise members. We realized what family, friends that became family.
Absolutely.
We really, everybody's bond just got tighter. You know what I mean? And then something happened, things happened, and then we split ways. And then we came back. Like, it's so many ups and downs. And the only reason why I'm going through the ups and the downs, CP for life.
Yes, ma'am.
But because I wanted to talk about how our relationship started, but also that we had ups and downs. But 27, 28 years later, and we're still standing. Okay? So that is a big example of what real friendship is. And we're not even friends anymore. We're sisters. You heard me call her mother Mom. That's Mom. You know what I mean? So it surpassed the friendship mode into sisterhood.
Right.
But I just wanted to bring her on to show an example of what true friendship is. So you know me, and you know how I always go into the definitions of things, right? So we're going to talk about what the definition is of fake love. So the definition of fake love from the Urban Dictionary, see? Stuff is in the Urban Dictionary. That's how you know it's running roughshod all over the community, because when stuff make it into the Urban Dictionary, everybody's doing it. And everybody has this fake love. And as I was explaining to Tifa yesterday, I was saying that the reason why I wanted to do this is because we have people, places, and things in our lives that are not meant to be connected to us half the time. And because we need validation of some sort, we keep people, places, and things in our energy that should not be there.
Yeah.
We need to know when to cut the ties. We need to know season, reason, or a lifetime, right? But I also wanted to talk about how people are okay with being jealous and covetous. Am I saying that right? Covetiveness. Having covetiveness. Yes.
Make a new
I
word.
can't say it right. And envy in a friend group. There's no way that you're in a friend group and have those three components operating in that friend group. Then it's fake love. It's fake friends. Because one or two or more is talking about one or two or more in that friend group. They're not talking together. They're not communicating and digging deep and trying to find even ground or a happy medium in their friendship. No, they're going to talk to the other person about the other person, and then they got something to laugh about while, you know what I mean, the snickering and the talking and all of that needs to cease and desist. We wonder why our community can't get together. And the reason why we can't get together is because we need validation from something. Oh, I look better than her. Oh, why she's doing this, and why are you doing that? And hey, and I said it, this is my most hated phrase since I got to Florida. And I'm not hating on the Florida people, but ever since I got to Florida and I heard, "Hey, friend," that is an instant red flag. Wait, I ain't have my flag on the plane. Let me get some tissue.
Uh-oh.
It's like the flag on the plane is when somebody calls me friend. Hey, friend. No, you automatically an enemy to me. From the time friend leaves your mouth, I know that you're not my friend, because my real friend don't have to say, "Hey, friend." Point blank. And enough of the "hey, friends." If you don't like somebody, good evening, Tony. If you don't like somebody, don't be around them. It's that simple. You know, in the Bible says, "Get from amongst them." You wondering who are the amongst them is he talking about? Hey, James, this is Tifa's husband. You see, look her pictures there. Look.
Yes, we just celebrated 11 years of marriage.
Yes. October 2nd. Yes.
Right. That's my boyfriend.
Look,
Amen.
Sierra says real love is genuine and supportive. Yes. Dion screamed, "Ab!"
Yeah.
Look, Andy said, But a lot of times people don't know how to be there for you, because they don't know how to be there or show up for themselves. Okay, this is a real big issue, because self-love is not a common thing. People are just awakening to understanding that loving yourself is not selfish. It is protective. It is it allows you to grow and mature in areas that you didn't grow and mature before. And with that, you have to know that you don't need anybody to validate you.
Right.
If you have confidence in yourself and you know who you are as a person and what you bring to the table, whatever that table is and whatever you bring, but as long as you're sure and confident in who you are, you don't need the people around you that pat you on the back but talk about you. I don't get why people cannot celebrate people in their season. This is the real reason why I did this show. Okay? The real reason why I did this show is because everybody loves to be celebrated until it's time for them to celebrate somebody else. You may know their story, their testimony, and what they've been through in their lives and what they deserve after whatever they've been through. And my issue is why people hate on a person that you know deserves it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now with Tifa, let me tell you something. Tifa got married, right? Tifa got married, and I was so, I was like there. Like, I was there. It was like, you know, every step of the way. Shannon, look. Oh, look, I got the dress. Look, I mean, anything. And she's been supportive. She's been supportive. How she surprised me on my sister's birthday. I didn't know that she was coming, right? But she surprised me. She knew that I would enjoy seeing her and spending time with her. And she's always surprising us and popping up on the scene, right? But fake friends don't do that. Fake friends don't do that. So let's look at this. Let's look at this this Urban Dictionary definition. It says true love is respectful. Fake love is rude. True love will respect your opinions, decisions, and even your ambitions. It will also honor you as a person.
Hey, Shannon, I love how you said that that it would respect it, but not all the time. Just because I respect your choices, decisions, do I agree with that? And
No.
that's the difference. That's the difference. I can
Right.
absolutely respect your choices because that's what you do, and still love you through whatever it is. Thank you, Annie. Love you through whatever you know, because that's how God treats us, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, because I sharpen you up real quick. You know,
She
hey,
needs it.
I got you. I got what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. However, I kind of think this way about it, and then you'll
Yes.
respect that. So we've got, how many conversations have we had that I'll say something like that to you, like, Shannon, I hear exactly what you're saying. However, this is how I feel
But
about
right,
it.
comma.
This
Right.
is how
However,
I feel about
comma.
it, and there's no love laws. There's no
No.
love laws. I feel differently, and what a boring world it would be if everything you thought and the way you felt about everything, I felt the same way. Just because a
It's the
person agrees with
individuality.
you, right? And just because a person agrees with you, you enjoy their company, or you know, you can benefit from some of the things that they may have to offer. That does not qualify them as a friend. A
Right.
friend is a covenant. That means something. You're not just going to go ahead and talk about the friend, because I want you to read the definitions. But my definition is what the words say
No,
about a friend.
go ahead, because I want you to go there, because when we was discussing it yesterday, this is what you were saying about the covenant and what you're willing and unwilling to do for a friend.
Yeah, let's talk about a covenant. What is a covenant? A covenant is like a contract, right? So
Mm-hmm.
are you willing to co-sign for that person? Are you, what Jesus did was he laid his life down for his friends. Are you willing to, this person, this hey friend, are you willing to lay your life down for them? And do you think they're going to do the same in return for you? Are you willing to flip the bill if they're not going to pay? Are you going to pay the bill? The word has lost its true meaning, its true value. It gets watered down dilute it like the rest of the words, we
Right.
talked about yesterday. Savage,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Dilute it. Nobody wants to remember what the true meaning of the word is. And if they acknowledge what the truth of that word means, they won't be so quick to let it slip out their mouth and for them to address anyone as a friend. My mom used to always tell us, you be lucky if you make one friend in life. You be
Right.
lucky if you make one. So
Right. A true
I'm
friend.
blessed. A true friend.
A true friend.
That will stand the test of time.
Right.
And time will really tell who your true friend is. You're not going to find out who your true friend is by, hanging out, going to church together. We are worshiping together, or we work together, or we
Right.
shop together. You won't be able to tell that quickly if that's a true friend. A true friend will be told over time, the test of
Right.
time. Mm-hmm.
And you said something because when you're a true friend, right, you should be able to tell your friend anything, whether good, bad, or indifferent. You should be able to go to your friend and say, you were wrong for that. You were wrong, and you really need to apologize to so and so. And so and not get offended when your friend tell you you're wrong. You understand what I mean? And that's what I love about I have a circle. I know I have a circle. And in that circle is a truthful circle. We can talk about anything. And I'm so transparent and they're so transparent. It's like, take me as I am or have nothing at all, right? Sorry. Because I was going to go in. And Dion says, we are blessed that we have true longtime friends. And my sister is the same way. Like, my sister has friends from high school that she still, that is her kids' godparents, that is still in her life today. You understand what I mean? And it's all about knowing who you are and knowing that you are enough.
Yes.
That is the main thing, that you are enough as you are. Yes, and Toria, you can't get rid of Toria. You cannot miss out Toria. Toria has known me since I was born. That's Dion's friend since they were 5 years old. Okay? 5 years old. And these friends are here. They like friends to the end, like Chucky. You know what I mean? But it's real. But it's real. It's real. So wait a minute. What is Tony says? That's a nugget. 2 friends through the test of time. Yes, because you won't know. Like when me and Tifa went through we only really had one really bad, separation, right? But even with that, we didn't stop talking. Like, we didn't allow that to sever us for good. In our time of separation at that time, that was time for us to grow. Because when we got back, boy, oh boy, were we changed.
Yeah.
Changed. Okay. I saw it, she saw it. It was just like, hi, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And you gotta love people through stuff, and you're not gonna agree with everything. And sometimes you don't even handle things the correct way. Mm-hmm. However, love covers a multitude. Mm-hmm. Love covers. So when you throwing around that word, sorry, Jen, I did see you. I saw you. It's another friend to the end. She's gonna be a friend to the end. She may not know it. Look, Dion done put all her peoples up here. Toria.
Dion shouting out her Nikki.
LaShawn, yes, Shawnee, Teresa, Stephanie. Yes. These are all of her people that she has been rocking with for years. And everybody's spread out. Some is in Vegas, New York, Texas, North Carolina. She could call them and they're there.
Yeah.
There's no jealousy and envy in those groups. There's no side eyeing, evil eyeing. Oh, here we go. Here's the boo thing. Cynthia, She's
Woo!
another.
Yes, sorry, I had to get
You know what I
excited about
mean?
that.
So it's just so many, and this is our core group. Like, and we don't even have to talk every day.
Right,
We don't have to talk every day.
right.
But when we're there, like Stephanie used to pop up on us. Like, oh yeah, we'll promote something like, oh, it's a baby shower. All of a sudden we turn around and Stephanie here. How you get to Florida? Oh, because I saw it. You know what I mean? Like she would pop up. Like people are just like you. Just pop up. Cynthia does that too. And now the
Yeah,
newest
she's
is
good for that.
Nardi. Yep. Nardi's is the new one. But then
Oh,
D,
Nardi's, is
you
that
gotta
collard
put my
greens?
people on there. You gotta put Tiffany. You gotta put Tip. You know what I mean? You put Tiffany for me because that's my boo. Nakia, put her for me. It's just people. Jen is already on here. Tifa's already on here. You already, Cynthia. You know, Amanda, even Amanda. Me and Amanda, my friend Amanda, we fell out for a whole year last year. From last year to this year, we just talked about what we fell out about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I told her then that it was still time for us to grow. We needed to grow because me and Amanda had a codependent. Yep, look, and look, Tony here too. He's a real friend. Can't forget the dudes. You can't forget, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to, it's really NID for Nakia. I just say Nakia. What is Nakia? Yes, you know, but these are the people, and Sierra, KK compliment, Sierra Bond, that, you know, these are the people that you want to keep around you because they don't pull you down. They're not crabs in a basket or barrel, however you say it. They're not pulling you down. They're there to uplift you, to encourage you, and just to be there for you. Be there for you. Look, Avon.
Yes.
Avon kind of flat left us though, you know. He kind of flat left us. Nah, I'm just playing I don't even know if he looks at the show. Nathaniel, these are all the people that's in our circle that no matter how much we try to get rid of each other, it don't seem to go nowhere. It don't matter how, it doesn't matter. We can be like, nope, I ain't talking to them no more. And the phone ring and you answer it. And that's what true friendship is.
Yeah.
Really what true friendship is. So let's talk about the fake ones, okay? So there's 5 signs of fake love in a relationship. The first sign is they're emotionally distant. Okay, so this is a relationship. This is relational, not so much friendship. Because you got to understand the fake love. Also, I referenced yesterday, what did I reference? I referenced Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop is the epitome of fake love. You see them girls chitter-chattering, fighting and talking. They always, it's for showbiz, it's for entertainment, right? But then these kids today are so impressionable that they feel like this is the way to go. We have to nip the fake love in the bud. All right, Sierra Sai said, love that energy. We do. We have to love on who loves on us, and genuinely. And you gotta be able to know that if God, look, Teeth, look.
I knew it was coming. I'm glad you had those handy.
Yes, but the sinuses is acting up. This is good. It's gonna hit somebody. I just know it. But oh, you gotta add D. You gotta add our sister-in-law, Tange. She's in the mix too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the love. We have to stay on the love. So wait, okay. Let me draw back. I told you I'll be doing this, T. Like, I'm like,
come back.
All right, I'm back. So, wait, I wanted to, when you said come back, I also wanted to talk about how people need to know when to sever the ties. When you see that the friendship does not have the same type of energy that it used to. you have to be aware of the signs that sometimes it's time to cut the ties. You have to be aware that, sometimes where you're about to go in your life, that certain people can't go with you. And the energy will be off. You'll feel it. You can feel it, and sometimes we want to turn a blind eye to it because we don't want the friendship to end. And 9 times out of 10, that becomes the codependency in the friendship. You depend on that person, but you have to have healthy boundaries, and you have to be able to know when is when. Mm-hmm. If the love is not reciprocated, if you feel like things are not really how they used to be, and you've addressed it and nothing has changed, I believe that then it's time to gracefully bow out. And you don't have to bow out or be nasty with severing those ties. You can just say, I'm growing in a different area than where we used to be. You know what I mean? But you got to sever those ties. You don't want to bring dead weight with you. You don't want to be trying to move and you trying to walk and it feels like you walking through water because you got people with you that's not supposed to be there. Like in the Bible, when God told Abram to leave and get from his father's land, he did not tell him to bring his cousin Lot. Okay, he told him to go. All right. And he brought his cousin Lot, and God was very displeased with Abram. And he told him, see, now what I have for you now is going to be for your kids. Because I didn't tell you to bring old boy, right? I didn't tell you to rock with him. I told you to leave. I didn't tell you to bring Tom, Dick, and Harry with you.
That prolongs the process. And it just really prolongs the process. And it just shows that you're in fear. Sometimes we do things outside of what God told us to do is because we are afraid to truly just believe what he said is what the path should be. So we try to add our little stuff and bring pieces of our past with us because of the familiarity. We're familiar. We don't want to leave the familiar, Yeah.
But you outgrow things, just like you outgrow clothes. You outgrow people too. Because if you're on a forward progression and your mind is advancing and your life is advancing and you're making different decisions and better decisions, like I can understand before I even started At the Root of It, I can understand why Tifa and I separated because our lifestyles look so not parallel with what's the other word? It didn't look like we were going in the same direction. It looked like my life was hectic and it was all over the place, which it was, right? It really was. But I know that, and this is a true friend too, because you're honest. Okay, so when I did the first show and I explained and I did my story about me and how I got to the root of me, that night or the next day, Tifa called me. And she said, Shannon, with everything that we've been through in our friendship and everything, I know everything about you, or so I thought. She said, but I never once asked you what your story was. She said, and now that I know what your story is, I understand you so much more. And all you're getting, the Bible says, and all you're getting, get understanding. Right? Hey, Snap.
Oh, Snap.
They are simply hindering you from your progress. Yes. Hey, Wana. I'm excited. Hi, boo. Thank you for tuning in. Dior said hi, Tawana. That's our praise team. I love that. But I just lost train of thought because I'm like, hi, Miss Sandy. She said hi again. All right. So when she told me that, right, it let me understand where the gap was in our friendship, where the rift was, where the misunderstanding was of each other there. Because we didn't really dig deep. She knew certain things. She knew certain things because, again, we 10th and 11th grade, college, CP life, continual praise, numerous churches together. Like, not numerous, I don't want to lie. Like maybe two churches, right? But all of these things, raising our kids together and all of these things, right? But she didn't know the intricate details of me and what made me tick. So there was a rift in our communication and in our friendship of misunderstanding and miscommunication, right? But once she understood what made me me, it made her love me on me more.
Yeah, of course.
Like, she showed up and showed out for me. Like, just like, Shannon, okay, you got to do this. And every time I wanted to quit, we're at the root of it. Tifa would be like, no, keep going. No, keep going. Oh, it's a holiday. So what? Keep going.
Yeah.
I don't care. Keep going. Keep going. Yes, Sierra. Unfortunately, people do settle for familiarity and is okay with it. And let me tell you something. Remember I told y'all last year was when I became an adult, right? And people be laughing at me. People really laughing at me. But I really became an adult last year. I really grew up last year. So I was stuck in familiarity. I was stuck there. That was what I wanted. That's what I kept around me. I never severed any ties. I kept everything around me, and I made sure if they got too far, I would pull them right back because they were my comfort. They were my security blanket. Okay. But as I opened my eyes and actually came into adulthood, I realized that there was just certain people that just could not go with me. Yeah. And there was just certain people that I needed to stop trying to make come with me. Mm-hmm. People don't see your value when you're at your lowest. They won't see your value. Or they'll eventually see your value when you're at your highest. But if they took the time to really get to know who you are as a friend, right, they would stick to you whether you're low, whether you're high, whether you're in the middle ground, whatever, and talk you through it.
Yeah.
Be that shoulder, be that ear.
A lot of it comes from the way you wound up. How did you get to the place where you actually considering this person to be your friend? Did they pick you or did you pick them? And it can sound a little arrogant, right? Like, no, I picked you. You are my friend. But honestly, in the beginning of tonight, you were talking about identity. And when you are not sure about yourself and you don't know how to, as my brother would say, teach people how to treat you. And, if you're not sure with you, you'll just get adopted into these groups, into these different relationships, and they're calling you friend. And, oh, well, I guess I'm going to get in where I fit in.
Right.
And when you're getting in where you fit in, is that really where you should be? Or is it what you have accepted because you just don't have a standard for yourself?
Identity.
Right. You don't know who you are. I understand this now. Like, so you know who you are, and as you grow, you're maturing. As you're maturing now, maybe it was last year that you really came into a good level of maturity, and you could call yourself an adult.
No,
now.
I'm really worried about an adult. And then I really became an adult last year. Listen, y'all, I just got my license. Come on. Like, I know that I told y'all in one of the earlier shows that I was driving dirty for 20 years and was comfortable with it. I was comfortable. I just grew up last year. At 43, I grew up and I got it. The light bulb came on and it was like, aha, you was doing this all wrong. Doing this all wrong. But I really believe that everything happens for a reason. I know that I needed to maybe be in a childlike state to be able to endure the things that I endure and still keep my peace, my joy, and my love for people. Okay? Because if I was an adult going through this, I would be bitter Shannon today.
Mm-hmm.
So I maybe had to stay as a child in a childlike mindset so that I can get through what God needed me to get through so that I can address people, so I can go for the kingdom, so that I can, so I can be relatable and still have love for people. Because believe it or not, with all the betrayals for a 20-year span, with all the betrayals that I have endured, I should be a bitter Betty right now. I should really be mad. I should really be cantankerous. I should really be that itch. You know? I could. I in all actuality, I may have every right to be that way. But God, He kept me in a state of childlike wonder. Because with childlike wonder, you don't lose. You believe, you trust. You trust. And I trusted God no matter what. Even through the hardest of tests, through the hardest of betrayals, it was like, okay, God, what do you want me to learn? Evidently. All right. And I remember telling my daughter, and I wish she was on here, I remember telling her every time we went through something, I said, Jasmine, this is not for us. And she would look at me like, well, we sure going through it like it's for us. But we had to get the lesson too. But we had to be able to exemplify grace through it all. And once you understand that, and now that I understand who I am as a person, that I have to love, God told me to love, right? But baby, if I allow my flesh to rise up, I would be one of those fake friends. I really would. And we can't have that. As human beings, and in this day, in this age, and what we're teaching our kids, we have to do better as people. We have to stop exemplifying that fake is good. That's the enemy. That's the trap of the enemy. He makes everything that's bad look good. And we have to be able to identify and separate the wheat from the tares. That's the way the world is acting. How is that we got fake love in the church? We're supposed to be separated, right? We're supposed to be set apart from this world, but it's slowly leaking in because to thine own self ain't true. Right. And what's wrong? What's really good with that fake love? What we said? It was Tiffany. I was like, we was talking about what's love got to do? And we was really singing yesterday, like really singing. Because what's the words? What hit what the heart? If the heart can
second hand, where's D at? Get D.
The heart can be broken. Don't nobody want their heart broken on purpose, right? We don't look to get our feelings hurt, but by continuing to stay amongst the fake, we'll continue to get our feelings hurt.
Yeah, it's deception. It's actually self-deception, and you deceiving yourself. We know what we're doing, right? But we're gonna stay in this because it felt comfortable. So can I just say, I just noticed, like, in the last maybe 10 years or so, how many punks there are in, just people don't fight like they used to fight for a relationship, fight for their children, fight for the good relationships they're supposed to have. People don't, my parents or our parents, they had something different, and we got to see that level of love. That was love. Correction is love. If your friend is not at some point trying to correct you and tell you the truth, if they never tell you the truth about yourself, that's like a
wait, where's that flag on the play? flag
Like,
on the flag.
they never
If
tell
you
you
don't
anything.
have somebody that will get you right,
I got
for
you.
you.
Thank you, Shannon, for always checking me. Thank you very
Oh
much.
no,
And
we check
you
each
can
other.
always depend on me to check it. And because I love you. Because I love
Yes,
you. Yeah,
yes, and
that's not.
I'm okay with it. See,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing about offense, right? Because this is what binds people is offense, right? But what people don't really understand that the grounds of offense is that what is being said is true.
So true.
Point blank. It's the truth. And the reason why they offended is because you know it's the truth. And
And you
you
can't
talking about it.
handle the
How
truth.
dare you? How dare you point out my truth when I'm not ready to accept
I'm
my
still
truth?
hiding. I'm still
I'm
hiding.
still ducking
I'm
and
still
dodging
hiding
that
from my
thing, and you
truth.
bringing it to the forefront?
Right,
Who
right.
art thou? Who do you think you
But
are?
you said you my friend. But you're
Right.
saying you're my friend. Why would you tell me something that you know it hurts me? Why would
Because you
well,
need to be
truth
hurt
hurts.
to heal.
Truth hurts. Truth hurts sometimes. And if
Yes.
you a punk, then listen, it's okay. It's okay. You know, you just can't have like a friend like me because I'm going to tell you, you know.
No, listen, does everybody have so many yes people in their lives? You do need a friend like you and I, Tifa. You do. Because if I hope there's Tiffany. I was like, I wish Tiffany was on here. There she go. Because Tiffany will tell me something and I'll be like, you okay. I was about to give up on humanity, right? I was about to give up. I really was. I said, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to turn into the very person that people don't want me to turn into. They don't want to see the other side of Shannon, okay? Because that person died, but she can easily be resurrected like Lazarus. Like, yo, you know what I mean? So you don't really want that. And she's like, no, Shannon. Love is an action word. Or she, and she's so soft with it. And you wouldn't even think Tiffany, but Tiffany would check me and I would check her. And she knows that I love her.
Yeah.
She knows that I want the very best for her. She knows, and Dion and my sister can't stand. I'll be telling her certain things. If they agree with everything that you do, something is wrong with that. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Why do you need somebody to tell you
Tim.
that you're doing the right thing all the time?
It's no love lost. Sierra sighed. She says, some can't handle my truth, and that results to a select few around. Well, you know what, Cece? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about KK, Cece, Sierra sighed. I'm gonna call you all your names. Let me tell you something. She's so frank, okay? She's very blunt. And she's going to say what's on her mind. She's not gonna filter it. And some people can't handle that. And that's fine. But let me tell you something, Cece. You continue being you. Because whether or not they acknowledge you then, they're going to acknowledge what you said later because you done planted a seed. And a lot of times we're scared to be truthful to people because we think we're going to lose something. If we can lose a friend by being honest with them, then they wasn't meant to be there to begin with. Okay? Because you got to be able to say, now, you know that was stupid, or you know that was wrong. You don't necessarily have to say stupid, but you know that was wrong. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, and let them say what they gotta say, but don't sever ties because you can't handle the truth. You gotta be able to handle the truth. Like, you gotta really, Jennifer.
Or you could just, hey, Miss Jennifer. Hi, sis.
She says,
listen.
People will hate you just because you keep it real. They hate me all the time, Miss Gibson, all the time. They don't like me. They don't like me. And guess what? It fuels me to tell the truth even more, even the more. It makes me the truth teller. I don't care if people don't like me. You want to know why? Because it's not easy for me to lie. In the midst of my lie, I tell you that I'm lying. And I'm not going to lie because lies cannot tarry in God's sight. And because I want to be in his sight, I ain't lying. So I'm going to be the one that's going to be the bearer of bad news. I will tell you what a TI is. And I will really, because one of my fervent prayers was for God to season my speech with salt so that I know how to answer everybody, that I'm not offensive. I don't want to be offensive in my truth. You don't have to be offensive in your truth and giving the truth. You understand what I mean? You don't have to be mean when you're telling somebody about something. But if you're honest and you're
Hey,
what is the
James?
and you're earnest, at the end of the day, let me see what's going on. But anyway, if you're earnest with yourself, and that's not even the word. That's not even the word. It's not earnest. But if you're honest with yourself, let me take her off and then bring her back on when she's connected again. Because we have technical difficulties on At the Root of It because we're live. So, we'll go through the comments because I really want to get to, okay, so let's talk about relationships, because we have fake love in relationships too. People get stuck in loveless relationships and don't know why, and act like they can't see the signs in their face. So these are 5 top signs of fake love in a relationship. Okay, so the first one is they're emotionally distant. In a relationship, fakers have a tendency to be non-communicative, right? So they don't talk. They don't want to communicate with you. They don't want to come to an understanding with you. They just want what they want, and that's it. It's fake love. It's not really real. They want what they want from you, and once they get that they're done, okay? Second one, always willing to throw in the towel, not willing to fight for you. Conflict happens in every relationship, but when you're ready to say, and now mind you, I used to be a person that threw the towel in immediately. Up, don't want that. Up, I'm done. Okay, here she is. She's back. Okay, she's back.
She got me back.
But I used to be that person that used to throw in the towel in a relationship. Like, oh, you don't like that? Oh, you leave. I don't need you. And that's not really how I felt. But anyway, number 3, they don't meet you halfway. Okay, they don't meet you halfway. And are you always the one that plan things out? Are you the one that always come up with things for you guys to do? Then that means that they're not really interested. They're not really that into you, and you don't really want to see that, because that hurts your feelings, because you may be more into them than they are into you. And those are the things that we need to accept within ourselves, because you don't want that fake love around you. If you keep that fake love, you're blocking yourself for the real love to come in. And I'm speaking to myself. Believe me, you. Believe me, you. You understand what I mean? So, if people ain't putting the time, energy, and effort into it as much as you are, flag on the play. I really need to get a red flag. I really need to get a red flag, because this is a white flag. This is surrender. Nah, it gotta be red.
Red flag. I'm sorry, I don't have a red one.
It gotta be red. Flag on the play. You gotta let it go. And I think a lot of times people are so scared to not acknowledge those signs because they're scared of being alone. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time. And this is for my people. And again, I didn't put my disclaimer out, but this is, I'm not a psychologist. This is just me talking, research, stuff like that. And I also don't push my religion or my beliefs on, it's not a religion, but my beliefs on anybody. But I'll tell you this, that when it's time to sever, I just lost my train of thought because I did the disclaimer. Dang, always do that. Always do that. Dang it, man. Okay.
Go back to your last point, because I missed it. So go back to the last point. Maybe it'll jog your memory.
Well, I was talking. I'm absent-minded, right? But the 5 top signs of fake love in a relationship. And it says they're emotionally distant in a relationship. Fakers have a tendency to be non-communicative, always willing to throw in the towel. They don't meet you halfway. They're unconcerned, right? And then the next one is you have a gut feeling. See, I always talk about my shanana, right? I'm like, oh, I felt that in my shanana. I got that from Willie Moore Jr., right? Mm-hmm. And when he said that, it clicked so well in my spirit. That shanana, because that's your gut. It tells you, and we ignore it because what we want. We it doesn't matter if the person is not giving us everything that we want, but we'll accept the minimal because we don't want to be alone. So I'm telling y'all what my new phrase is. I got it from Fat Joe from the Verses when he did Ja Rule, and Fat Joe did the Verses, right? Uh-huh. And Fat Joe was promoting the Verses. Right? And Fat Joe said, yesterday's prices is not today's prices. You want to know what that means? It means that my standard has now been raised. What I used to do yesterday is not what I'm going to do today. Yesterday's prices is not today's prices. And y'all going to hear me screaming that until I'm telling you, because we got to know who we are. We got to know and understand who we are as a people, guys. Like, we cannot allow people to continue to manipulate us, to continue to keep us there as a standing post for them to abuse and to mishandle. We give people permission to mishandle us. Yeah. Okay?
See, we teach them how to treat us.
I was just about to say,
you tell people how to do it.
Mm-hmm. And if you set your standards high and the people don't want to meet you there, they're not meant to be there. And I'm telling you, I just got this. I just grew up. I'm 1 year old. I'm 1 in adult years.
Happy birthday.
I'm 1 in adult years. No, listen. Listen, and I'm very transparent. I'm very, very transparent. So it's like, but I want y'all to really sit back. I'm going to give y'all an assignment. Because, and also, for all the people who got a lot of people around you, none of them are your friends. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. Sorry to bust your bubble, but they're not your friends. Okay? Mm-hmm. They're either around you for what you can do for them, what you have, or to talk about you and to just be fake.
Leeches.
You know?
The leeches.
Leeches. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real. Like, and people don't like to hear that. I remember having a lot of people around, and always it's distractions.
Yeah.
It's distractions from where you need to be going, what you need to be doing. Mm. And also I want to give you this tidbit of information as well. Is that, and my daughter taught me this. I love my daughter because she teaches me a lot. My daughter taught me that some people that you're connected to will hinder your money, advancement in your careers, and anything else in your life. If you're connected to the wrong people, they can hinder your process and hinder your growth. My daughter was with a guy, she was dating this guy. And before she got with him, her money was straight. Money was straight, flowing. She got with this guy, it dried up immediately. And she made the conscientious decision. It wasn't that he did anything wrong and he was a bad guy or anything, but she said spiritually, we're not compatible. Now, my daughter is 23 years old, so I'm very, very proud that she was able to identify that and know when to sever that tie. It's not me, it's you, babe. It's not you, it's me, babe. She did that. It's not you. It's really me. Because spiritually, we're not connected. Right? Mm-hmm. She severed that tie, her money started flowing. Like the next day. Mm-hmm. So understand, yes, what Miss Gibson, he was flying out at a lower altitude. Yes, his vibrational, you better say it. People don't realize that. People don't realize that when you're a low vibrational person, you attract low vibrational people.
Oh, yeah.
And then you wondering why you're not getting the caliber of people that you want in your life to even come into your life. It's because you're not mentally there. You can't stand on the same platform as these people because you have not raised your vibration to meet them. You're still lack mentality, which I was last year. I'm telling you, on one, so, and now I know that yesterday's prices is not today's prices. It shot up.
Yeah.
My standard, my value just shot up.
Yeah.
Trying to come at me, you better bid high, because I'm by myself.
That's good, Shannon.
I'm cool, and I had to get there.
Shannon, you attract who you are, not what you want.
Dang.
You can want a lot, but you're really gonna attract who you are. You know?
Well, I didn't really attract bad people. It's just they were non-committal. Oh, bing! Wait! I'm about to do the light bulb. Bing! Did it change?
Yeah, it went from light to light, not too light.
But I was non-committal, so I attracted non-committal people.
That's who you were, and you only can attract who you are. So that's why with you raising your standard, then you're gonna see a change in what you're attracting.
Yeah, because I'm gonna put that in the comments. D. Yesterday's prices is not today's prices. All in caps. I swear, and I'm gonna give homage to who deserves it. That's the Fat Joe quote.
I'm quoting Fat Joe now. Yeah.
Fat Joe. Listen, yesterday's prices. Y'all need to repeat after me. And then the people, places, and things that used to take up your time and your energy and steal your joy and steal your peace and all this drama. Let me tell you something. When you have drama around you, when you're not sure of the people in your circumference, it brings drama, which brings anxiety, which brings stress, which brings, look at the
yesterday's prices, not today's prices.
The bar has been raised. Friend, family, foe.
Right.
And when we understand that, we will begin to see the new type of people that enter into our lives. Let's get rid of these fake people. We don't need them. If you need people around you, you need to get close to God. Okay? Because He will sustain you in that time of aloneness. That's what I was going to say. I had lost my train of thought. I was going to say that every time in the Bible that God did something extraordinary in somebody's life, they were by themselves. They didn't have a group of people. When He wanted to talk to Moses, and Moses went on the mount, Moses was by himself. When Jesus needed to go, He was by himself. David was by himself. Elisha was by himself. Jacob was by himself. Joseph was by himself. Samuel was by himself. Like, look at this. Job had friends, but ultimately, when he was going through his stuff, he was by himself. He had people to come and encourage him, but nevertheless, when they're moving, Daniel, we can continue on. Saul, before he became Paul, when he was walking on that road in Damascus, he was by himself. He didn't have a whole group of people, a whole entourage with him. Get rid of your yes people, okay? And get around people who wants to see you grow, who desire you.
Shannon, what would you say to the people who, may be watching that are the fake friends? Yeah,
let me meditate.
Yeah.
Let me
Don't
think.
Be a fake friend.
I want to choose my words. Because this is nevertheless ministry, right? So for the people that are the fake friends, I ask that you get to know yourself. I ask that you get to understand who you are as a person and why the things that other people do make you feel jealous, envious, or covetousness, or coveted. I can't say it right, but you know what I mean. Or covet, make you coveted. I need you to really sit back and think about who you are as a person, okay? And what you enjoy, what you like, so that the comparison can stop. When you know what you like, there's no reason for you to compare yourself with anyone else because they like what they like and you like what you like. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, and you can still coexist liking what you like. And know that you do not have to be a cookie cutter. Everybody, this is a cookie cutter world. Everybody got the same bodies. Everybody went to Dr. Miami, got the same body. Got the same nose, got the same face. I don't know how God gonna identify them. Because he didn't make them that way. He said, I made y'all in my image, and y'all done changed y'all image. He's like, I don't know how, who is this? There's butt fat in your cheeks. Like, I'm just playing. But you understand what I mean? Like, I don't even know how he's gonna identify y'all. He gonna identify y'all by your heart space. Y'all better do right with your heart because he can't identify. You know how a burn victim, they can't identify you unless your dentals, your dental records. That's about how God is gonna have to identify the people of today because they ain't real. He's not real.
Put all of that over there. And back there.
I didn't do that.
Where'd that come from? Hey, Ashley.
I'm just saying. He's not going to be able to identify you. He needs your dental records.
That's funny to me.
But anyway, I'm just playing. I'm just saying. But really, real talk for the fake people. First, identify that you're fake. In every step program, the first step is admitting the problem. Acknowledgement. Acknowledge that you're the fake friend. Acknowledge that you kiki in people's face and really be talking about them. And ask yourself, why? Why do you feel the need to talk? What in that person, what did they stir up in your shanana? What did they stir up in you that made you feel irrelevant, inadequate, or just low? Because people hate on people because of what they don't possess themselves, right? Yeah. So find out what that feeling is. Why did I get mad at that? Ask yourself those questions.
What am I afraid of? What are you afraid of?
What are you afraid of? What are you comparing yourself to? When my daughter was just coming into teenage years, I sat her down and I said, what don't you like about yourself? She said, I don't want to answer that. I'd rather tell you what I like about myself. I said, that's easy. I need you to identify what you don't like about yourself so that we can work on those things. Identify what you don't like about yourself. And this is for the haters. Then maybe you'll stop hating because you evidently see something in that person that obviously you don't possess. That does not mean that you cannot possess it. It just means you have to go another route to possess it. You understand what I mean? It's not about how fast you get there or how you get there, because I mean, it's different routes, right? It's different paths, but it's one major destination. One major destination. So please, if y'all don't hear anything else, get to know yourself, get to understand what makes you tick, and be able to celebrate the people and what you like in them. It's okay. I used to get mad, right? This is so funny. I used to get mad because I would see people doing things that I've done. And I'm like, and I was just telling my sister this yesterday. And Donnie, my old director, Donnie, he taught me something so vital. I was like, why? Oh, now they want to do this? Oh, now I was head rolling, y'all, head rolling. And correction came so swiftly. And he said, doesn't it feel good to be an inspiration? And it immediately shifted my viewpoint on how I viewed it. Maybe they're not hating. Maybe they don't know how to find themselves and they like what you have. Mm-hmm. And so this is the fake it till you make it type of generation, you know? Mm-hmm. So maybe they got to fake it until they find themselves. And maybe we just need to be a little bit more patient and a little more kinder to people, right? Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, we also need to really just know ourselves, and we're over the time, but you know, I talk too much. T, give me the closing comments because I talked all y'all ears off, and I love y'all for, I love y'all. Go ahead, T.
Yeah, I think that everything you said is really good, Shannon. You did real good. So what I would like to leave with is you got to know your heart. In order to be a hater, you have to have hate in your heart. If you want to love, you got to have love in your heart. You can't expect to have an outcome of love if you got hate in your heart and focused on what other people's doing, focusing on the Joneses, focusing on what they got and why you don't have it. Most times you don't know how those people got where they at. We don't know what they did. We don't know what seed they sowed, right? So, just focus on you. Take time for yourself to find out what you need development in, and then really just focus on that. And then you'll find that as you continue to become developed, you'll see that you'll attract what you are becoming, So that's all I really gotta say. That's cool. This is nice. I love you, Shannon, and thank you so much.
so much. And I know I babbled, y'all. I know I babbled, and I know I probably repeated myself numerous times. But, faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of God, right? And although my word is not God's, I know that, well, no, I can't say that because I allow the Holy Ghost to speak, so I can't say that it's not his. But I just know that this was a topic that really needed to be addressed, because in order for us to heal, we have to heal all relationships, not just romantic, but we have to be able to heal our family relationship, our friendships, and know, because how can we build a community if we're always dragging each other down, if we're always comparing each other, if we always side-eyeing and giving people the evil eye or looking them up and down, like people don't see you. Like, people see you. People see you. The Spirit speaks, and he sees too. And we be thinking that we getting away with stuff, and God sees all. Not forcing my belief on y'all, but I just know it's to be true. So, the Bible says in order to be a friend, you first must show yourself friendly. Mm-hmm. Try being friendly. If you're a mean person, because I used to be that, okay? I used to be very mean. But if you're a mean person, try to be nice. One good time, like once a day. Try to be nice. That's how you start. You start off slow. Slow and easy wins the race, right? You don't have to be the hare, you can be the tortoise. We'll still reach the destination at the appointed time. So the next destination at the appointed time is next week on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we come and we talk about other things that I don't know what the topic is going to be, but you check it out on my TikTok. It will be on there. We will be on, Dion said, and ask God for deliverance. Mm-hmm. And he will deliver you. He really would. So I really want y'all to really understand that it's not an easy walk, but he makes it easy when you rest in him. and you allow him to sever the ties and cut back the people that you thought was supposed to be in your corner. Just know that they was there to teach you something. They wasn't there for the long haul. They was just there to teach you something. Take the lesson and keep it pushing. Okay? Please follow me on TikTok. Thank you, Sierra. I love you. Thank you. Please follow me on TikTok at The Root of It, where we go on there every day to do the attitude of gratitude, because we need to be grateful. We need to be grateful for what we have in our life in this day and age, because so many people are so selfish and so self-consumed that they don't have the gratitude that they need to sustain themselves. Like, you have to be grateful, because when things start get taken away, you're not going to really understand why. And it's because you wasn't grateful for what you had. Okay? So until we meet again, same bat station, same bat time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Root of It. I need subscriptions, guys. Please subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Also follow DB&S. That is Designs by Natifa Sabah. She does everything. She is great. She's not just my friend, but she's the president. But she is, though. I'm not only a client, I'm a friend. But please follow her on TikTok. She shows how she does her designs. Please follow her on YouTube. Please follow Sierra's side on YouTube. Please follow Tipsy Cakes. Please follow T. Coleman. Please follow, who else on here that got something going on? I don't know if Tawana's still on here, but Tawana and her husband, they have a group called Unique Sounds. Follow them too. They're a band, and that they play, and they're a good band too. Follow them too. Sierra's side is here. This is her. I mean, let me see if it comes up. No, it didn't come up. Okay, it didn't. But anyway, DB&S, Designs by Natifa Sabah, does great work. Great work. Did I say that again? Y'all, if y'all see me with a black towel while I'm singing at church and it has my logo on it, Tifa did it. I got a pillowcase, and I'm gonna get a whole bunch of other stuff too. But check her out. TikToks. Love you to life. Thank you, Tifa, so much for short notice and for doing this for me. I love you. I love you, sis. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Till we meet again. Love you. Same bat station. Same bat time. Look, I gotta talk through my slow computer.
That's funny.
That was transparent, right?
That's right.
All right, but bye, y'all. Love y'all. Oh, look, and look. Jen puts on here, if anyone knows anyone getting married who needs a photographer, Affordable Films, Ken and Donnie's company. Donnie is my old producer and director of At the Root of It, but he is phenomenal. He also did the At the Root of It video. So if you need somebody to do your photography and your videography, please reach out to Jen Jones. She would get you in contact with Ken and Donnie's company. I love y'all to life. I love y'all. Until we meet again, good night.
Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it.
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. Take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else. A lot of peace and happiness.